Good afternoon slash good evening, everyone. As you can see, I've got my dressing gown on. I'm all settled and I'm ready to put my old feet up and put the old custard and jelly on. But before I go, welcome to my channel, Joey Barnett TV. I hope everyone's had a good day today and I hope you all enjoy my content. And I hope you like my dressing gown too. Back in the day in jail, quite a lot of inmates or ex-inmates what are on my channel will be able to relate to this. Got a bit of a cold sore going on there. Yeah, back in the day in jail, everyone used to walk about. We all used to walk about with our dressing gowns on. We'd have all our clothing on, but we'd have our dressing gowns over the top. So, yeah, it's half normal to me to walk about like this, guys. But you just ain't seen it yet. But yeah, I just want to finish that video off about Johnny Smith because I didn't really go into detail too much about how Johnny Smith was performing when he got his life sentence and I was with him. Because I was with Johnny Smith when he very first got that life sentence. And as I said on my last video, he was on my food boat and he was one of my pals and I got really close with him. I actually spent 3 years with him. And, you know, when you spend 3 whole years with someone and you're on the same wing as them, you get to know each other's feelings, you get to know each other's faults. You get to know how each other tick, and you actually get to know each other better than what your own direct family does because you're living with each other. And yeah, Johnny Smith, he was really a humble, quiet man. Wasn't criminally minded whatsoever. We used to have a drink in there in Whitemore of a Saturday afternoon on association, and even brewing the hooch or holding the hooch, Johnny Smith didn't want no part of it. If there was any trouble going down on the wing, Johnny Smith was behind his Peter door. He didn't shit stir about no one. He didn't cause no bad vibes. And he was always smiling. Do you know what? You know, there was people in there doing 10s, 11s and 12s like I was doing a 12, but Johnny was doing a 25 recommendation. And I'll tell you what, I never once see him angry. I never once see him sad. He always had a smile on his face. And yeah, bless him. His 2 sons and his daughter used to come up and visit him. And when my family used to come up and see me, sometimes like Johnny would be out on a visit and we all used to talk across the tables and that. And I'll tell you something, he was just salt of the earth type of a man. And not one you would expect to be doing a life sentence. Not in any way, shape or form. He wasn't criminally minded. He didn't have nothing to do with criminals outside whatsoever. So this just goes to show you guys that, this can happen to anyone. If you see that, once you see that red rag, if you can't control your anger and your temper, I'm afraid to say, this can happen to anyone. You can get a life sentence, especially, if you use weapons and tools and things like that and not your fist. But even then, when you use your fist, people fall over and die, So it can happen to anyone. And yeah, my heart does go out to old Johnny Smith. I hope he's doing well. I haven't heard from him since I, was away all them years ago. The last time I heard anything from him was 2002, 2003. But yeah, he was such a humble, nice, quiet guy. The size, he was pretty stocky, probably about 14 stone. He had black hair, spiky black hair, pretty chubby face. He was about 5'6", 5'7". And when he used to walk, he didn't have a bow. He had just like a normal walk. He was such a nice guy, and everyone in Whitemore liked him and respected him. And yeah, he didn't ever take no part in any trouble. If any confrontations ever come to him, he would walk away and close his door. He just didn't want nothing to do with it. And I used to, that's how I took him under my wing and brought him in on my food boat because I could see that when he first got in, he was completely lost. He was completely out of his comfort zone, and he was shot to bits, to be honest with you. He's never been arrested, never been to prison. He was on remand for, 6 months, and then all of a sudden he's doing a 25-year recommendation. So you can imagine what state his mind was in at that time. But yeah, as the years went on, as I say, I spent 3 years with him. As the years went on, he was slowly, reforming to the regime. He was slowly accepting his sentence. Let's put it that way. But I'm going to shoot off here, guys, because I've got my dressing gown on, but I just wanted to finish this story off, guys. So I hope everyone has a nice chilled out night. A big shout out to all my subscribers. I love you all, man. Peace.